Well, welcome Grizzly fans to another Grizzly home match. Tonight, Goffstown welcomes Souhegan. We already have a match underway. We're starting at 138 pounds tonight. Nathaniel Fowler's wrestling up from 132 to 138. Souhegan, not many wrestlers tonight, just 4, but usually Souhegan brings some tough wrestlers at every weight class. So 138 is our first match, and already we have a takedown from Victor Cabellos for Souhegan. Looks like he has a cradle, near side cradle locked up. Can't tell if it's locked up on this side. Just trying to step over there. Yeah, he does. It looks like he does have it locked up. He's trying to step over the leg, which he does a nice job of doing that, try to get some near fall points. But Fowler doing a really good job of working that, trying to make his back big, trying to break the grip there. Just under a minute left to go in the first opening period as they go out of bounds. 2-0 in favor of Cabellos for Souhegan. So we've seen Cabellos before. Real tough wrestler for Souhegan. So coaching staff decided to bump up Fowler to get him a tough match tonight as Fowler's trying to switch out there. Grizzlies are actually off this weekend, so nothing going on this weekend, and then really their tough part of the season begins. The following weekend is Fowler's trying to sit out again. Nice movement on bottom for Fowler. 30 seconds left to go in the opening period. Nice job going from a sit out to a stand up, trying to work hands. Looks like he had some lock hands there, but nothing was called. So Grizzlies entering a tough part of their competition. This weekend is going to be off, so that's why I think the coaching staff wanted to bump up Fowler, get him a tough match tonight. Following weekend is going to be the Timberlane tournament, which is always a tough tournament, and then the Cap City Classic, which is in Concord, arguably the toughest tournament in New Hampshire, as the first period comes to an end. 2-0 in favor of Souhegan. It's going to be Goffstown's choice. They're going to defer. Cabellos looks like he wants to go neutral. So it's going to be Souhegan's choice. Since Goffstown deferred, they're going to go neutral as we start the second period. Nice motion for Fowler there. Good level changes there for Fowler. Good motions. Looks like he's got an underhook, double underhooks there. Penetration step for Cabellos and a reshot for Fowler. Looking for a dump Fowler, but coaching staff telling him it's not there, so he quickly transferred off it. Cabellos trying to spin behind, but Fowler blocking it, going to his feet, and they're going to go out of bounds as we're going to get a restart with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go in the second period. Third period is going to be Fowler's choice since they deferred in the first period. So we're only going to see 4 varsity matches tonight. Souhegan's only brought 4 athletes. So as far as a nice high crotch there for Cabellos for Souhegan, and nice block for Fowler as they go back up to the feet. And they're going to go out of bounds. So just 4 athletes for Souhegan. So as far as the team score, it's going to be a lock for the Grizzlies. But obviously Souhegan wants to come in and try to win as many matches as they can, including this one at 138. And probably going to be the best match of the night, actually, at 138. Nice movement there for Cabellos, and he's going to get a takedown. So that's going to bring the score to 4-0. Fowler giving up some weight here. Cabellos is a pretty big 138, and Fowler is obviously a 132-pounder, so he's given up a decent amount of weight, probably at least 10 pounds for this match, which is a decent amount, especially for a high schooler. So Fowler undersized in this, as we can see right now. You can just visually see how undersized he is here at 138 as we enter the end of the second period. About 15 seconds left to go. 4-0 in favor of Cabellos for Souhegan. And not much going on. Little try to sit out attempt, but nothing there, and that's going to be the end of the second. It's going to be Fowler's choice. So let's see what the coaching staff want him to do here in the third period. He's going to take down just to try to get an escape, get some points going, maybe a reversal. So 2 minutes left to go in the match. Fowler's known for his cardio. He's known for his gas tank, so he usually doesn't gas out. So we'll see what Cabellos has in the third period and see if Fowler can kind of. Looks like Cabellos there is looking for a Turk. He's going to try to step through the leg there. He's got a cross wrist series going on top. So Fowler's got to try to do a good job of hand fighting, get some hand control back. He's working a 2-on-1 on top, Cabellos. Possibly working an arm bar there, and he lets go of it. Minute 20 seconds left to go in the third period. Nice sit out by Fowler, and he's going to get one. He's going to get two. So a reversal and a quick escape. So that's going to bring us to 5-2. And now Fowler's got to go to work. Needs a takedown. Probably needs at least two more takedowns to get back in this match. 2 takedowns will tie it if he gets 2 takedowns and 2 escapes. That'll tie the match. And outside single for Fowler. Nice head tap to outside single, and he's got to keep chasing that hip. He's got to keep chasing that hip. Come up and swim up and try to get the hips there. Nice job going across body to the far knee. He's got to try to swim his right arm out. He does have that boot on that far side in, so that should be 2, and it is 2. So 30 seconds left to go. It's going to be 5-4 in favor of Souhegan, and he doesn't want to give up a reversal here. Cabello's doing a nice job of headhunting there. Fowler just got high, and he's going to get a reversal here, and that's probably going to end the match. Nice job fighting back for Fowler, just a little bit too late. And that's going to bring us to the end of this third period. See if Fowler can get one more for an escape. But it looks like this is going to be Cabello's match as this period comes to an end, with Cabellos winning it for Souhegan in the opening match at 138. Tough fought win for Cabellos. Good match for Fowler, giving up around 10 pounds there. But with the weekend off, try to give Fowler a tough match. So that's going to bring us to 145 pounds. We're going to see Seth Osborne. So last year he was the varsity 132. Brendan Brill just recently hurt his ankle at 145. And it looks like they might be forfeiting here at 145. So it looks like they're bumping their 145 up to 152. They did weigh in. Oh, I'm sorry. No, they didn't weigh in anybody at 145. They have a 38 and a 52. So Seth Osborne was in the lineup tonight to take that forfeit. Brendan Brill, unfortunately, is battling a little bit of an ankle sprain, so he's out of the lineup for a little bit. Good thing the Grizzlies are off, so hopefully Brill can get back in the lineup next week as they face BG next Wednesday, which is going to be a tough competition. So that's going to bring us to 152 pounds. Nick Aramita, freshman for the Grizzlies. Actually came to a lot of high school practices last year as a middle schooler, just to see what the room is like. Nice job getting that front head. Really nice job getting that front head. Almost had a takedown there. Now he's got to get off. He's got to get off that head. He's got to get a crossface there. Usually we don't. He almost was trying to go for a standing ice pick, but normally we want to try to work down to the head, get a nice crossface there. If the ice pick is there, that's great, but it wasn't there for him. Nice job level changing for actually both wrestlers there, level changing. Working to a front head. He's got to go chin and elbow. Chin and elbow. Now he's got chin and elbow. Again, he's got to work down to the head, Aramita does. As he's doing a good job there, he's got to get off his knees. He does a good job of doing that. 1 minute left to go in the first period. 0-0, no score yet. And now he spins behind. Nice job controlling the head. Really nice job of snapping and spinning there. So nice job trying to work a power half. 2-0 in favor of Aramita. He's got to watch his height. Doesn't want to be that high up. This is going to be John Casey, who's a junior. So freshman versus junior here. 30 seconds left to go in the first period. Aramita working. Looks like he's got a 2-on-1. Now he's going far knee. He's got to collapse that arm, and he does. Nice job of collapsing that arm. And he wants to spin behind, and he does a nice job of following and spin behind. So this is going to be a tough match for Aramita. Let's see how we can react. He's wrestling an upperclassman, wrestling a junior. Aramita hasn't had too much experience under the light at home, so unfortunately last week he took a forfeit. I know he wanted to get a match in last week at home, but took a forfeit. It's going to be Souhegan's call, and they are going to choose neutral. So it's going to be Aramita's choice in the third. So we're going to go neutral, 2-0 in favor of Aramita for your Grizzlies. So you can see even in this match, just like last match, Aramita as a freshman, a little bit undersized here. He's obviously wrestling an older opponent, so he's a little bit undersized at 152. He's got to work down to the head here. He's got to get his hips down, work down to the head. Nice job, cross-face that, and attack the tricep. Really good job. Nice shot defense there for Aramita, doing a really good job of working the front head series. And as the great Dan Gable said, he said, I shoot, I score, you shoot, I score. So that's exactly what Aramita did there. He scored off of his opponent's shot. Again, doing a nice job of hand control on top. Could have a cross wrist series there. Maybe a suck back. Still working at 2-on-1, doing a good job of following on top. I'd like to see maybe have him lock up a Western here. Just under a minute to go in the second period. 4-0 in favor of Aramita. And he's got a 1-on-1.5. He's got to chase that. He's got to jump over, and he has it. Nice job jumping over to that half, and he might pick up a fall for the Grizzlies. Doing a nice job of picking up the head, and does pick up a fall. Freshman Nick Aramita getting a pin for the Grizzlies. Really good outcome. Again, you don't know what to expect from a freshman coming into the lineup, wrestling under the lights. Reacted really well, and I know the coaching staff is happy with Nick's performance tonight. Really good job of coming in, handling his nerves, and picking up a pin for the Grizzlies. Impressive win tonight for Nick Aramita. That's going to move us to 160 pounds. We're going to see Axel Cabello for the Grizzlies. He's going to be wrestling Jacob Perron, just a sophomore. So we have junior versus sophomore. This one's in favor of the Grizzlies. So sophomore versus, and right away is Axel doing a nice job getting to the double. Fortunately couldn't finish. And we're back to neutral. So one thing Axel's just got to watch is he doesn't want to follow his opponent. He wants to close the gap by circling, so he doesn't want to pressure in too much. Again, a little bit undersized in this match as well. It's kind of a theme for the Grizzlies. They're usually undersized. He snatches a single, Souhegan does, and he's going to get a takedown on that. Axel doing a really good job getting to his feet and getting that escape. Cut the lead in half, 2-1 in favor of Perron for Souhegan. Just over a minute left to go in the first opening period here. 2-0, and a really good blast double there for Souhegan. Almost going right to his back, but doesn't get any fall points there. 4-1 in favor of Souhegan. Axel looking for an escape. And again, Axel just getting caught flat-footed, and that's what happens when you get caught flat-footed. That's why you always got to be kind of on your toes, moving, anticipating shots, controlling the ties. Axel just kind of, nice job there. So that's exactly what he wants to do. A nice job of getting into that double and finishing over through the corner. Really nice job of getting through the hips there. And that's what he's looking for. 12 seconds left to go. Looks like Perron's trying to get a reversal or an escape, and Axel's just hanging on to that leg. There's only a couple seconds left to go, and it looks like that's how the first period's going to come to a close. So it's 4-4 This is going to be Souhegan's choice. They're going to defer, and it looks like Cabello is going to choose down for this period. So it's going to be Souhegan's choice in the third period since they deferred. 4-4 as we get into this second period. Cabello starting on bottom. Clean start. So one thing Axel doesn't want to do is just lay there and let his opponent go to work. So he wants to kind of create motion, get his hand control, and get out as quick as he can. He doesn't want to hang out on bottom and let Perone for Souhegan get to work. And nice job of getting some hand control, and he's out on a stand-up. So really good job there for Cabello. It's going to be 5-4 in favor of Axel with that stand-up and escape. So again, outsized here, so he's got to watch his ties. He had a really nice double in that first period, so I'd be looking for that. Nice level changes here, and he does nice level change. Just didn't have, he just didn't close the gap there, close the distance. He's got to watch his leg there, and he doesn't want to swim up like that, and that's exactly what happens if you do swim up and try to headhunt. So we have kind of like a little headhunting back and forth. He's going for, looks like Perone's going for some fall points here, and Axel just kind of getting out of position there and trying to come up top. And that's not what he wanted to do, especially when you're undersized with an opponent. Don't want to try to go up on top. Unfortunately, Axel did, and it does not pay off for him as he gets pinned in the second period. So unfortunate set of circumstances there for Axel. Gets out of position, tries to headhunt a little bit, which as soon as he did that, you hear the coaching staffs for the Grizzlies kind of screaming out no, but it was a little bit too late, and that's just a matter of Axel getting outsized, outstrength, and unfortunately getting pinned in that second period just because he was out of position and tried to do something that tried to do a big move, but he was undersized. It's going to bring us to 170 pounds. We're going to see Adam Lydick, sophomore, second-year Goffstown High School wrestler, was JV last season. He's wrestling Aiden Wilson, was third at D2s last year, D2 states, at 145 pounds. Controlling the head is Wilson there with a nice job of controlling the head and getting that snap down and spin behind for 2. So this is where experience is going to come into play. Wilson for Souhegan's been there. He's been to the big tournaments. He's placed at D2s. And Adam Laddick just cracking into the varsity lineup, so hasn't seen much. He's got double bars here. He's going to try to step over the head here if he can. He's low-legging under, as they call it. He's going to try to low-leg under and walk toward the head and step over. And Laddick doing a good job of limp arming out of that. Minute left to go, 2-0 in favor of Wilson for Souhegan. And that's going to be pretty tight. And Wilson for Souhegan is going to lock up a pin. So that is going to do it for the varsity matches. They might have one more. Yeah, they're going to have one more varsity match, and then we might see some JV matches. They might wrestle a couple times. No, this one's going to be a forfeit. I didn't think they had one here. So Owen Bradley's going to take a forfeit here at 182 pounds, and that is going to seal the match for the Grizzlies. So Souhegan coming in to tonight, taking 3 of the 4 matches. Freshman Nick Aramita getting the win for the Grizzlies. Fowler wrestling a really tough 138 bout there. So yeah, I was just trying to see if that was going to be the end of the varsity duel, and it looks like that is going to be the end. I think they're going to run some JVs here. I think the ref's trying to figure out how many matches they are going to run. Yeah, he's over there at a score table. He just needs to sign off on the duel. So Goffstown's going to officially get the win. Unfortunately, kind of bittersweet there for that win. You know, they only win one of the matches tonight. They get the win as a team just because Souhegan only brought four wrestlers. So even though they get the team win, I know they would have liked to have a little bit more wins as far as matches are concerned, but just wasn't in the cards for the Grizzlies for tonight. Some pretty bad matchups for the Grizzlies, but it is what it is. And that's going to bring us to the end of the varsity matchup. So Grizzlies staying undefeated on the season. They're going to have the weekend off, and that's going to bring us to next week where they are going to face a really tough Bishop Girton team, and that's going to be away down in Nashua at BG's high school. So that's going to be a tough matchup for the Grizzlies. See if they can stay undefeated next week, and then next weekend is going to be a really tough Timberlane tournament, then a really tough Cap City tournament, and that's going to bring us all the way through to February, which is going to be the D2 states, which, again, the Grizzlies are hosting this year, which is going to be fun. So Grizzlies hosting the D2 states for the second year in a row, and hopefully the Grizzlies can put on a show and maybe win the states, as we see our first JV match. Even though this is JV, Souhegan only has four guys, so they're just wrestling their varsity guys one more time. I'm going to get some JV kids some experience, so as Leidick gets his takedown. So that's going to do it for the varsity. Next home match is going to be in a couple weeks, so we won't be having any televised matches for a couple weeks. But next week, if you can make it down to Bishop Girton, going to see a pretty exciting duel. Goffstown and BG usually have a pretty good history of battling it out. So Grizzlies, I know, are going to want to stay undefeated, so we'll see if they can next week. But thanks for tuning in tonight. Grizzlies get the win, 18-15 as far as the official score, and stay undefeated on the season.